Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Angel and today we're going to be redoing my book space a little bit. This is my bookish corner. It is so cozy. It's my favorite area in the entire house. However, my room tends to get messy. I'm bad at it. And unfortunately, it has reached the book corner. The little shelf I have, just like books stacked on top. There's books all over the side here and I haven't actually organized my books in a while. I think I need to move some from the small shelf out to the living room and then kind of like separate them a little bit more because it's getting kind of crazy. We are going to do a complete reorganization and then a little tour and we're all done. This is the first intro I'm doing with my new short hair and it feels really weird. I just got chopped this morning. It was like down to like almost my butt and now it's so tiny. So okay, anyways, this is the vibe for today, so we're gonna go with, so let's get into it. Okay friends, next day, we're really gonna start organizing this now, but before we do, I wanna give you a little peek into what it looks like currently, which is kind of embarrassing because I said I have stuff everywhere, but I'm gonna show a little before about what we're looking like currently, and then we're just gonna go through, fix it up. A lot of it is just books out in random places that need to go onto the shelf, is what a lot of it is, but we gotta find places for them, so let's do that. This shelf isn't going to move too much. I'm probably gonna change this row here a little bit. Bottom two we could definitely change a little bit, and then this shelf is gonna be really changing. So as you can see, there is just a bunch of stuff on top of it. Don't even know what half that stuff is. And then these shelves here, I am probably gonna take out that bottom shelf. I'm probably gonna take out those books in that bottom shelf and move them to my main shelf in the living room. That one has a lot more of my like older books, literary fiction, all those ones, and maybe even my mystery thrillers will go out there too. And then we're just gonna keep probably just predominantly romance and fantasy in here. Books on the floor. We do have quite a few books on the chase right now. And then romance shelf honestly isn't going to change too much. Maybe the bottom two shelves a little bit. And this for my TBR cards isn't changing. But we're currently working with, my main goal I think is this little shelf here I think also needs to become a fantasy shelf. Because I just think I have too many fantasy books and not enough space. That's just what's happening. There's like that bottom shelf, my romance one, that I could kind of move some literary over to and make some room. However, there's been so many romance series I've been reading lately that I've been absolutely loving and I want to get physical copies of, like the DC Star series by Chelsea Curto. So I know my romance shelf is going to grow. I also have a couple romance books on there that need to go on there eventually as well. And my cart, and like everything on that cart has to go on a shelf eventually. So let's just start brainstorming. And more so what I'm going to do first is grab the books in here that I know are going to go up to the living room and bring them out there. That might not actually be like a full part of this video where I show you like the organization out there, but I do want to get them just out of here so I know how much space I have to work with in this one. I'm just going to set you guys up on there while I kind of go through some of these and just pick some out. I'm probably going to speed this up afterwards, but let's see what's going to go in the living room. Okay. This book I actually think I'm going to get rid of. I think I'm going to get rid of this one, so I'm not really into that too much. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at like almost everything I'm looking at down here can go to the main shelf. I think this entire bottom row can go to the big shelf in the middle, with the exception of Bachman. I think I want to keep Frederick Bachman in here because I do love that man. And I'm thinking this whole row might move down here. This series here is kind of dystopian, so I feel like this series could go with the Bone season. I put the Bone season on. But honestly, like I feel like this series too can go to the main shelves. I did enjoy it, but it's like pretty much how I think of it in my head is the books I have in here are books like that I love. Like, you know, like this like my happy corner in this house, and I want like these books to be like books I love and like books I genuinely, this sounds silly, but like I would generally reread any book that's in here, essentially. These are like my prized possession, romance, my fantasy, my romanticies. So I think this one can go to the living room. This one's gonna get donated. I need to put that with the donation pile, which I think are these two. These are also being donated, I believe. I do love this series, but I feel like if I'm already moving a lot of like my mysteries out there, I feel like this should just go with it, you know? I do love this trilogy, but I think this can go in the living room. I will reread these, honestly, probably, but I think maybe just mystery thrillers are going to be going out there because I don't have enough of them to make up like a full shelf in here, you know? Other books I know for sure going out in the living room are all my book of the month books are kept in the living room on a shelf. So any book of the month book that's kind of lying around here that I've read can go out there. We are also going to be doing a bit of moving around the living room in the next couple days because we're going to be putting up my Christmas tree. That means I got to move one thing out of the living room, scoop my bookshelf over, and then put the tree in the corner. So I would like to get these all on there beforehand. I always just check my books too and I bring them up, make sure they're all still looking good. It's like romantic fantasy I want to keep in here, I think. Let's clear these out. Okay, so I did just bring a series in for the living room, which I guess is not the point of this. I'm trying to get things out. However, I was thinking like if I have already the Scythe series in here, and I'm gonna have some dystopian books at the bone season, I might as well bring in my Hunger Games ones because those ones are like my tried and true babies. So I think dystopian's gonna be this bottom shelf here. I'm not worried too much on how they look right now. I'm kind of trying to find places for everything, which everything can fit. So I'll go Scythe, Bone Season, and there will be room on this shelf, so I might bring down either my Frederick Bachman, because he's the only literary I'm going to have in here, or my Red Rising, but I feel like if I bring Red Rising down and I read the whole series, we're going to run out of space on the shelf for them, you know? So I think I'm going to do Bachman. I also don't know where Beartown is. I do have Beartown somewhere. Ooh, are these too tall? Just kidding. I'm going to bring these here, but then actually what I can do is Handmaid's Tale. Dystopian can go down here for now. And then whatever else fits in there. What even are these books here? I think these are more books I was getting rid of. Definitely not this one though. Yes, these are more books that I was selling, getting rid of. So now the problem is I'm not sure if I want to make this like my shrine shelf or kind of just randoms to be the like sci-fi-ish area. Sci-fi / Frederick Bachman. This is kind of getting crazy. I'm not sure organization is the best word for this. It's kind of just things are happening here. I would like to put Rebecca Ross over here since with the other series, unless I make like a little Rebecca Ross shrine over here. My thing is I just have a couple new romantic series I'm starting that I know I'm going to need space for this over here on the fantasy shelf. Like I'd say over half the books in my cart are fantasy books. So room needs to be made for them. Oh, Friends Organization is not working. What if I bring the authors I have up here? Who's on this shelf here? Leigh Bardugo could maybe go there, or on my R.F. Kuang's. Does Kuang have to come down here? Maybe I can make this one like some of my favorite authors. So like Frederick Bachman, R.F. Kuang, Chloe Gong. Maybe that could be cute. Like if I do Frederick, R.F. Kuang shrine, like that. I don't know, it's kind of cute. And then that means I would move these though and get another favorite author in here. So I think that'd be probably Chloe Gong I would put there. Obviously I will get more books by Frederick Bachman and by Rebecca Ross. Like, oh, you know what? This book here in my TBR, and it will be going with Rebecca Ross obviously, so maybe I should leave some room there anyway. So maybe that is fine like that. Maybe Leigh Bardugo goes here now. With, oh, no, it doesn't fit. I did. You know what, then Sue Lin Tan's gonna go up there. So Leigh Bardugo goes there, Sue Lin Tan goes up here. I think Chloe Gong can also go up here. And there's another author I don't have a lot of books from. And maybe also Olivia Blake. Or maybe Stephanie Garber. She was up a notch. I feel like you guys didn't see me that well. So put some books back where they belong. The problem is this shelf down here is so just like things are stacked. I don't know what else joins that area. Like obviously Foxglove is gonna come down here. This can also be a living room book. So could this one. This one, like it could just be 3 stacks. Because the thing is, this is so much space. I don't want to lie them across and waste all the room. So I've been stacking them, which I feel like it looks kind of silly, but also like I feel like this one, I'm not, maybe like this is where like YA goes, right? Like that. I guess I could put these down here also. 2 Twisted Crowns. I feel like this looks kind of silly, but I'll have to work for now because the thing is I have like Blood and Steel has to go somewhere and it's gonna go here probably because I want this to kind of be like a romantasy shelf. I have a couple new romantasy series. I think this can go with that. That can stay there. But where I found out where I put book 2 of this series. Because this series could go actually here, I think. On kind of like the random-esque shelf. Cooperate. Okay. Yeah, it's not terrible. Okay, it's something. This is gonna be a whole living room book. Second book there. Heavenly Bodies is definitely going on my shelf with Just Saw It Air eventually. I'm not gonna lie, this bottom shelf I don't like. Like I don't like how everything's kind of thrown here. However, I feel like that's kind of like what we're working with at the moment. Leaving a space here on the Bardugo shelf because I know the next Alex Stern book's coming out. It's been announced, and the familiar I have as well that needs to go on there. So I think, honestly, this is it for this shelf, which is kind of weird. I feel like there's more I need to do. Obviously, this empty part looks stupid right now just because there's so many fantasy books that need to go on that shelf, trust me. This one needs to go with my other V. Schwab books. I'm not sure it can fit here. I can't. So I feel like Schwab needs a shrine. Maybe she can swap out with Chloe Gong for now, or for Sue Lynn Tan. Maybe, if I go like this. Okay, that kind of looks stupid for now, but it is what it's going to be. So, put those there. Okay, guys, that felt really short, but I feel like I got to a point where at least, like, things are moved and I have enough room for books now. Does it look great? No. Will I probably fiddle with it more throughout the month? Absolutely. But somebody commented requesting a bookshelf tour, and I was like, you know what, yeah, because I really need to, like, organize my shelves and, like, make some more room for more books. So I'm glad I did this. Let's go through what kind of changes are and what happened. I'm not going to show much of the top row because that actually is a little sneak peek of what my December TBR is, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of books on here that are going to fall into that romantasy category. There's dystopian, and then down here there definitely is some more romance books here, as well as some more that'll kind of need to be sorted. Books that are part of series don't go in the cart until the next book's chosen, so there really is more romantic books as well, just like off to the side. The fantasy shelf, we did have some changes. Up top, Brandon Sanderson stayed the same, and so did SJM. This shelf did change a little bit more of who I was highlighting. So the problem with this shelf is that books actually can't stand up in them. It's way too short, so they have to lie sideways. So I call them like my display shelves almost. So I do have Olivia Blake here. Even though I dare say, like, she's not one of my favorite authors, so I feel like she shouldn't be on display over here. But either way, Olivia Blake, we do have some Chloe Gong as well as some V. Schwab that wouldn't fit there with those ones. Cassie Clare shelf stayed the exact same. This shelf here pretty much emptied out, to be honest. They kind of moved everywhere else because it's not gonna be like almost like a strictly like romantasy kind of shelf. And down here is kind of the overflow of like all my fantasy series pretty much. And now over here we do have my Le Bardugo shrine as well as some Sabata here. Down here we do have kind of more, this is like another like favorite author kind of shrine. So we do have Rebecca Ross over on the side. We do have R.F. Kuang in the middle, my holy grail, and then Frederick Bachman off to the side. He does feel kind of out of place here because obviously he's like not romance, fantasy, anything like that, but still. Down below is gonna be my new like dystopian sci-fi shelf. So we have Hunger Games, Scythe series, Bone Season, Handmaid's Tale, and then also Red Rising. I'm hoping to get the rest of those and get back into that series. We'll just have to see. The only books left in my chase are books that are actually on my November TBR still. We are halfway and I still have these books here, but it's because I did a week of mood reading. I did TBR roulette, so I haven't really been able to prioritize these books as much, but they will be read, I'm determined, by the end of the month. And then the romance shelf, didn't really see much change at all. I just changed one thing off camera. So my Kristen Hannah shrine stayed the exact same. I do think I want to kind of like untuck this one a little bit because she no longer fits sideways, or like bring her up a little bit more maybe. That's just my signed personalized copy that I got from Kristen Hannah, so I like make sure this one's out. Like, it's 2 Angel, all that stuff, so it's so pretty. And then pretty much all my romance, kind of like my favorite author's shrine, because pretty much any romance I buy I really love. So we do have Catherine Center over here, Ashley Poston, Abby Jimenez, and Emily Henry. This shelf is just my Elsa Silver shrine. Just Elsa Silver, nothing else. This next one here is just a Hastings. I'm not sure I'm going to do those books quite yet, to be honest, because that author has been really getting on my nerves lately. Then we have Julie Soto and obviously my TJR shrine off to the side. I absolutely love her. This one I've decided now is going to be my new like sports romance one. I never really read any sports romance besides the Dirty Aries series over there. So my thing was, I think I really enjoyed it. But after reading DC Stars, I know I do, and I want to make sure I have room on my shelves for it. And then down here is kind of some more miscellaneous romance series. So friends, we didn't do any like crazy changes, but I think we did get a good amount where like I said, now I know I have room on my shelves. And I feel like when I finish books, they're not just going to go on the floor, so there'll be room for them on the shelves. Does that make sense? This is probably a bit of a shorter video, so I do apologize if you guys enjoyed it and you guys are still here. Please comment a book emoji. I'm just saying book emoji so I know you're still here. And as always, if you guys like today's video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out so much. I'm also on Book Talk and Instagram at Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!